When was the last time anybody asked you for your birth certificate that you were able to bring in a newspaper? Has that ever happened? That's never happened to me. Okay, the next one is Al Gore. Okay, Al Gore.
Said would be passed on to consumers.
Congressman, you began by denying that there is a consensus on the science. There is a consensus on the science.
Well, you mustn't have been listening to our testimony that we've had for the last few days with dozens of experts that have come in who have given completely different views.
Well,
I would encourage you to go back and look at the testimony this committee's heard.
There are people who still believe that the moon landing was staged on a movie lot in Arizona.
Okay, you just saw Al Gore claim that there is a consensus on the science of global warming, indicating that it's stupid to argue against global warming because there is a complete consensus amongst all the smart people, and all the scientists know that global warming from man-made carbon emissions is absolutely fact. And so if you ain't figured that out, you just you ain't with it. You ain't with the current in crowd of Al Gore and all his global warming crew. Okay, the last one is Barry Soetoro. Let's listen to what Barry Soetoro's got to say.
But we're not going to be able to do it if we are distracted. We're not going to be able to do it if we spend time vilifying each other. We're not going to be able to do it if we just make stuff up and pretend that facts are not facts. We're not going to be able to solve our problems if we get distracted by sideshows and carnival barkers.
Okay, Barry Soetoro just called the investigation into his eligibility a distraction and called Donald Trump a carnival barker. And what did Donald Trump do when Obama called him a carnival barker? He backed down like the coward that he is. All right? Donald Trump backed down like the coward that he is. Okay, I got no use for Donald Trump. And I have lost a good friend over my dislike for Donald Trump. I came out against Donald Trump when Donald Trump was popular, and a good friend and myself have never talked since because I badmouthed Donald Trump. But hey, I'm going to say the truth come hell or high water, and I'm going to say the truth until the day I die. And the only way you're going to get me to stop is you're going to have to kill me. But I'm going to say the truth. Okay, I think I showed all the clips. I want to show you guys some books because I told you guys I was going to get into this King James version only argument. This book right here is New Age Bible Versions by Gail Riplinger. Okay, this one is Final Authority by William P. Grady. Final Authority by William P. Grady. And this one is called Why the King James Bible is the Perfect Word of God. Okay, and here's the counter argument. It's called The King James Only Controversy. Can You Trust Modern Translations by James R. White. Okay, now I got to tell you, on page 14 of this book, when I started reading it, he calls it, let me just read you like one or two sentences. I can't read you the whole thing because I don't have enough time. It says, certainly it is true that far too much energy, in our opinion, has been expanded upon this topic already. But that energy has almost exclusively from one side, came exclusively from one side of the debate. And then he talks about how the King James only controversy brings disruption to the church and we shouldn't have disruption. And he just blames, he just basically says, first of all, I think it's a valid, very important question. You got the New International Version, you got the King James, you got the New American Standard, you got the Revised Standard Version. And we should ask ourselves, are all these the Word of God? And is it important that we have many different translations? Or is the King James Version, is that the true Word of God? And so it's an important question, and I think we should be able to educate ourselves on it. But this guy, before he even begins the book, says that far too much energy is spent on this, and it's a huge disruption. It sounds like somebody that doesn't want to talk about facts and wants to play to people's emotions about the issue. So I can recognize these red flags everywhere. I mean, I start to recognize Satan's arguments. And when he said it's too much of a distraction and we spend too much energy, I do plan on reading the rest of the book, but this guy's already turned me off. This James R. White, I'm already up to page 15 and he's already turned me off so big time, so bad. Anyway, I don't know how much time I got left, but God bless every one of you. And For the government agents that shot the warning shot across my bow, you're going to have to do better than that. Okay, you're going to have to do, and I hope that you listen to some of my videos, and I hope that you learn something, right? Because Obama is ineligible, and if you want to side with the side of righteousness, you will learn something, right? You'll pay attention to my videos and you'll learn something. And God bless every one of you, and take care.